Call the Owatonna City Council meeting to order for Tuesday, April 7th. May we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Rainey.
Here.
Svenby. Dodson.
Here.
Okerberg.
Here.
Schultz.
Here.
Burbank.
Here.
Abraham.
Here.
Mayor Kuntz.
Here.
We have 6 of the council present and the mayor.
Thank you. And we do have a student representative from the Owatonna High School. Her name is Ella Rasp, and welcome to the council meeting for the month of April.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And with that, we'll move on to
Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge of Allegiance, yes.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight, and with that, we will look at approval of the agenda. Do we have any? We don't. Do we have a couple that have been moved around, but it doesn't really affect the content?
Correct.
Is there questions on that, or council will entertain a motion to?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve by Greg Schultz. Do you have a second?
Second.
Second by Jeff Okerberg. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved. Moving on to 1.4, which is the mayor. We have a proclamation tonight.
Thank you, Les. The proclamation is for Mayor's Day of Recognition for National Service. The goal is to highlight the impact of AmeriCorps and Senior Corps and other national service programs in tackling local problems and managing volunteers for greater impact, and to thank national service members for their commitment. The proclamation reads, whereas service to others is a hallmark of the American character and central to how we meet our challenges. And whereas the nation's mayors are increasingly turning to national service and volunteerism as a cost-effective strategy to meet city needs. And whereas AmeriCorps members and Senior Corps members participate, address the most pressing challenges facing our cities and nation, from educating students for jobs of the 21st century and supporting veterans and military families, and preserving the environment and helping communities recover from natural disasters. And whereas national service expands economic opportunity by creating more sustainable resilience communities and providing education, career skills, and leadership abilities for those who serve. And whereas national service participants serve in more than 60,000 locations across the country, bolstering the civil, neighborhood, and faith-based organizations that are so vital to our city's economic and social well-being. And whereas national service represents a unique public-private partnership that invests in community solutions and leverages non-federal resources to strengthen community impact and increase the return on taxpayer dollars. And whereas AmeriCorps members and Senior Corps members demonstrate commitment, dedication, and partisanship by making an intensive commitment to serve, a commitment that remains with them in their future endeavors. And whereas the Corporation of National and Community Service shares a priority with mayors nationwide to encourage citizens, improve lives, strengthen communities, and is joining with the National League of Cities, Cities of Service, and mayors across the country to recognize the impact of service on Mayor's Day of Recognition for National Service on April 7th, 2015. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Tom A. Kuntz, Mayor of Owatonna, do hereby proclaim April 7th, 2015 as National Service Recognition Day, and encourage residents to recognize the positive impact of national service in our city and thank those who serve, and to find ways to give back to their communities. We had this proclamation this morning, and we had about 30 volunteers that we recognized in the council chambers. So,
thank you. And now we'll move on to 1.4.2, which is a resolution. And with this, this is with you also, Tom, the recommendation of appointment.
Yeah, we need to do this by resolution, and the Charter Commission is short one person with Raymond Trulson that was on it once upon a time. And so I am recommending Sharon Klein be appointed, and we have to do it by resolution.
Thank you. And with that, what is the council's wishes on this resolution? You've all received information on Sharon Klein as the candidate for that position. What is your wishes?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Nate to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave Burbank. Any further discussion on this? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved, and we will have the swearing-in ceremony at our next meeting. Or no, that has to go before,
The judge.
Goes to the judge first.
okay. We will wait until the judge responds to that. Thank you. Moving on to the next item, 1.5, financial report, and I will ask Councilmember Greg Schultz to report it.
Okay, I have a summary of the expenditures presented for approval tonight. A recap of checks issued for over $20,000 are $30,775 to the Department of Corrections for work crew services at Brooktree, $188,862 to environmental equipment and services. That's for a Timco street sweeper, less the trade-in of the 2005 sweeper. $22,500 to the Owatonna Area Chamber of Commerce, the first half payment per agreement. $29,869 to Owatonna Ford Chrysler for a 2015 Ford F-150 for the engineering department. Other expenditures of $207,772 for a subtotal of $479,778. Add to that the Section 8 payments of $56,260 for total expenditures presented for approval tonight of $536,039.63.
Thank you, Greg. You've all heard the report. What is the council's wishes?
Motion to pay the bills.
We have a motion by Kevin Rainey to pay the bills. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Nate Dotson. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved. Moving on down to consent agenda items, which are minutes of meetings, license permit requests, board, commission reports, department reports, et cetera, all grouped into one motion. And what is the council's wishes here?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Kevin Rainey to approve the consent agenda items. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Jeff Folkerberg. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved also. Moving down to action items, we got 3.2.1 easement purchase, Southeast Storage Project, and with that, we will go to Kyle.
Actually, that's one of the things that we were going to move down to resolutions.
Back up.
We moved it up, okay?
Yep. 3.2.1, which is a contract agreement.
Good evening. I'll just cover both, the entire project in one. We met with the owners of Northland Farm Systems and the property there, and discussed obtaining an easement from them along the western property line. During that discussion, the idea was brought up of purchasing an existing building that's close to the property line. The purchase of that building reduces our costs in construction. The owners have been very cooperative in working with us on this, and along with that, we were able to expand the original 10 to 15 foot easement we discussed with out to 30. What that also allows us to do is to stay out of the fence, the existing fences on the residences to the west, so we don't have to get into the trees that screen that or remove and replace the fence. So this purchase will be beneficial to the city in many ways, and we recommend approval. I'm available for any questions.
Thank you. Questions from the council? So basically what we're doing is we're staying away from the residents and working strictly on this property.
That's correct. We do have a 10-foot drainage easement on, or utility easement on the back of those lots, but all of them are fenced, and many of them are screened with trees or screening in the fence. And we feel it would be much easier. There's a cost to removing and replacing that fence as well. And if we tried to get between the building and the fence, we would have to bore and jack the pipe in, which increases the costs quite a bit. So the impact to the neighborhood would be significantly less doing it this way.
Okay, thank you. Questions from the council again?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Greg Schultz to approve. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Nate Dotson. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved. Now we'll move on to the resolution 43-15, which is on the same issue. What is the council's wishes here?
Motion to
We
approve.
have a motion by Jeff Okaberg to approve. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Nate Dotson. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved also, so the whole project has now been approved to proceed. Is that correct? Kyle?
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Moving on to 3.2.2, 2015 concrete and concrete repair quotes, and we'll go back to Kyle.
We take quotes on repairing sidewalk, curb, gutter, concrete street every year. We received quotes this year, and then on the actual concrete itself. We received one quote on the concrete from Ready Mix Concrete, one on the concrete street pavement from Rokon, and then two on the curb, gutter, and sidewalk from Welker and Rokon, and Welker was a lower cost. So we're recommending approval to those three: Ready Mix, Rokon for the concrete pavement, and then Welker Custom Homes for curb, gutter, and sidewalk repair. And this is the miscellaneous items that we do around town. Likely 18th Street Southwest, there's some pavement rehabilitation down there that would be done under this, for one example.
Thank you.
Recommend approval.
Questions from the council? What is the council's wishes?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Dave Burbank to approve. Do you have a second? Kevin Rainey?
That was me.
That was you. I'm sorry. By Nate Dotson to approve. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Dave Burbank. Okay, now we got it right. And with that, any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved also. Moving on to 3.2.3, maintenance agreement, 2014 Snow-Go MP3 with McQueen Equipment. And we're back to Kyle again.
We purchased last year a 2014 snow blower. Along with that, we're recommending the purchase of a 5-year maintenance contract at a cost of $2,000 per year. We get a number of items included with that, and then also it allows us to establish a trade-in value that the piece of equipment will be worth at the end of 5 years. As I like to tell the salesperson, this is establishing a floor, not a ceiling on its value. So we're recommending approval.
Thank you. Questions from the council?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Greg Schultz to approve. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Jeff Okaberg. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved also. Moving on to ordinances 3.4.1, second reading of proposed ordinance 3-15, adopt 2015 state code of ordinances. And this will go to Mark.
Giving the second reading tonight to the adoption of the new ordinance code. And nothing has been changed since we were last here at the last meeting to have it approved. And upon your approval tonight, it will be the new code, and we'll deliver it to the courthouse and to the law library and to the county attorney tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Mark. Questions from the council? What is the council?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Greg Schultz to approve, a second by Kevin Rainey. Any further discussion? This being an ordinance, ask for roll call.
Councilmember Rainey.
Aye.
Dodson.
Aye.
Okaberg.
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Burbank.
Aye.
Abraham.
Aye.
We have 6 ayes.
Thank you. This has been approved, and it now goes to publication, correct?
Distribution.
It's published.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to 3.42, second reading of proposed ordinance 4-15, amend Chapter 90, restrict wildlife feedings, and this will go to Chris.
Thank you, Les. As you know, council had requested an ordinance be drafted prohibiting the feeding of raccoons and other wild animals, which may constitute a nuisance. City Attorney Mark Walbrand has done so and attached it here. This is our second hearing. It is a petty misdemeanor offense, and staff would recommend approval.
Thank you, Chris. Any questions from the council? What is the council's wishes?
Motion to approve ordinance 4-15.
We have a motion by Dave Burbank to approve. Do we have a second? Second.
Second.
Second by Greg Schultz. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, again, being a ordinance, ask for roll call.
Councilmember Rainey.
Aye.
Dodson.
Aye.
Okaberg.
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Burbank.
Aye.
Abraham.
Aye.
We have 6 ayes.
This has been approved also. Moving down to the second reading and proposed ordinance 5-15, rezoning request Z-329, the cottages property, and we'll go to Troy.
This is a request by Cottages for development on James Wanis's property, which is east of Austin Road across from Michelson Funeral Home. The proposal is to construct 4 24-unit assisted living memory care units on one parcel, and they would be phasing that in over about a 10-year period, depending on the market demand. At the last meeting, when we had the first reading, there was some discussion about stormwater and the impact of this project on stormwater on that southeast area. The applicant has submitted grading plans for their specific project. All the stormwater improvements would be done as part of Phase 1. And they have submitted those grading plans, and they are meeting our stormwater requirements. This then would tie into what we refer to as the Phase 1 stormwater improvements of that southeast area, which would take the water along Austin Road and then on that west side of Northland properties, and then along Highway 14. That would be Phase 1, and with Northland's easement here, we have all the right-of-way and easements that we need to do that project. And then Phase 2 we've talked about is sort of the bigger fix of that southeast area, which would include the flooding that's happening along 18th Street and 4th Avenue. So we are moving forward with that Phase 1. They are meeting the stormwater requirements on site, and so staff would recommend approval of the second reading of the rezoning from B2 to PUD zone.
Thank you, Troy. Questions from the council? Nate?
Troy, or well, this might be more Kyle as well, but when that water moves down, south Austin Road and then down to the east or to the west, do we have to coordinate with county with any of that work as far as the new drainage? Or is that all stuff that's all in our area?
It's all within our area.
We can handle it all. We don't need to work with the county with any of that.
Correct. Thank you. We will need to get a permit from the DOT and MnDOT for Highway 14 ditch, but
okay.
There's no county.
Shouldn't be any issues with that, though. It's standard.
Okay. Any other questions? What is the council's wishes?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Nate to approve. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Kevin Rainey. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, ask for roll call because it is an ordinance.
Councilmember Rainey.
Aye.
Dodson.
Aye.
Okaberg.
Aye.
Schultz.
Aye.
Burbank.
Aye.
Abraham.
Aye.
All 6 ayes.
Thank you. This is the second reading, so that is final now. It has been approved. And with that, we'll move on to 3.51, Resolution 38-15, Gateway Edition, first final plat, and there we go to Troy.
And we've done a preliminary plat approval on this plat. This is the platting of the property for the Gateway Phase 2 project, the 36-unit apartment building. It's platting the property into 2 lots. One would be where our public parking lot would be, and the other would be the lot where the apartment building would be located. We would be conveying that to the developer in this project. We also are in the plat dedicating additional 8 feet of alley on the south side, and that's to make the alleyway 2 ways, 24 feet wide, to provide better traffic flow through that area, and those improvements would be paid for by the EDA and reimbursed through that TIF district that we established as well. So staff would recommend approval of the final plat of Gateway Edition.
Thank you, Troy. Any questions from the council? What is the council's wishes on this?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Greg Schultz to approve. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
I'm going to go with Jeff on this one. So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion now? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved also. Moving down to 3.52, Resolution 39-15, approved bids and award contracts for 2015 street and utility project, and this will go to Kyle.
Good evening. On last Wednesday, April 1st, we received bids for the 2015 street and utility project. We received 6 bids. They were all good bids. They were about 7% over our engineer's estimate. We've seen some significant cost increase in underground construction and in concrete this year. And we do recommend the bid be awarded to Hazelton Construction of Faribault for $658,864.41.
Thank you, Kyle. Questions from the council? Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Kevin Rainey to approve this resolution. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Dave Burbank. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved also. Moving down to 3.53, Resolution 40-15, approved bids and award contract for 2015 bituminous pavement and reconstruction project, and this again back to Kyle.
Good evening. This is the state aid bituminous pavement rehabilitation project. Also received bids on April 1st. We received 3 bids, which was better than expected. It was 10.5% under our engineer's estimate at a cost of $640,839.98, and we do recommend the bid would be awarded to Crane Creek Asphalt of Faribault.
Thank you, Kyle. Questions from the council? What is the council's wishes?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Nate to approve. Do we have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Dave Burbank. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved also. Moving down to Resolution 41-15, approved bids and award contract for 2015 overlay project, and this is back to Kyle.
The third project we took bids for on April 1st was the 2015 overlay project, and this would include, we're doing some work on 20th Street Northeast from St. Paul Road to Bigelow, and then some repair work on another street. It came in 8% under engineer's estimate, and we received 3 good bids, and we recommend award to Crane Creek Asphalt for amount of $139,947.88.
Thank you, Kyle. Questions from the council?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Greg Schultz to approve. Do you have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Nate Dodson. Any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved also. Moving down to miscellaneous items, 3.61, authorization to advertise for bids for 2015 CIPPS project, and that is Kyle again.
Good evening. We're seeking approval to go out for bids for the 2015 CIPPS project. That's the cured in place liner. They just finished the 2014 project last week of about the same amount of 12,500 feet. We're estimating a construction cost of around $350,000, and it is included in our operating budget. Staff recommends approval. We will get this one wrapped up this year. We're going to get back on schedule, so we're going to have a completion date in December.
Thank you. Questions from the council? What is the council's wishes on this?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Nate Dodson to approve. Do we have a second?
Second. Second.
Second by Jeff Okerberg.
Certainly.
Any further discussion there? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved also. Moving down to 3.62, cancel public hearing set for April 21st. And with that, we will go to Troy.
Bushel Boy Farms had requested utilizing tax increment financing for 160,000 square foot addition onto their facility, greenhouse facility out in the industrial park. The city council at their March 17th meeting had set the public hearing for the 21st. Upon doing that, our consultant started putting the TIF information together, and upon further investigation, it may be viewed that this would not be a TIF eligible project, and we did get a number of different opinions on that, and our consultant is advising us to not pursue tax increment financing for this project. It's because it's a ag-related facility. The specific addition is all greenhouse space. And so therefore there's some state statutes regarding ag use buildings relative to tax increment financing. And so we have contacted the company about not utilizing tax increment financing, and we are looking at other options to assist them. One may be that they may need additional fill for this project that we may be able to assist them with. So we are talking with them about how to do that. So staff would recommend formally acknowledging canceling the TIF or the public hearing for the tax increment financing district.
Thank you, Troy. What is the council's wishes on this?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Greg Schultz to approve canceling this project or this public hearing. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Nate Dodson. Any further discussion here? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This has been approved. Now we move on to public comment, and if anyone in the audience wishes to speak on any items that have not been on the agenda, please step forward to the mic and sign in, and we will allow you 2 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we will move on to council comment, and with that, we will start with Kevin Rainey.
Yeah, I've been working with a property owner in town in my ward the last couple of weeks. He's got a back neighbor that's got a compost pile that's become quite large, and Bruce Thomas has gone out and looked at it twice, once right after the snow, looked at it again this week. I thank Bruce for going out there, did a great job. He had nice notes on it. As of right now, we don't have a policy at all in regards to compost. One of the notes on his that he had was that this compost pile has been in place for 50 years. And so if you can imagine, it's fairly substantial. And I would just ask neighbors, look at your yard and be aware of your backyard neighbors and what they have to look at. And, if it's not something that is necessary to be there, please take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we move over to Nate Dodson.
Nothing to add.
Nothing. Jeff?
I'd like to thank Kyle for the hard work he's done on getting all this lined up for the streets and the construction that's going to be happening this summer. It's been an awful lot of work, and you can see it's done well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. And we'll move on to Greg.
Oh, just a reminder that spring is here and the trails are back active again. I see the signs are up in the street, so please be careful and slow down and watch out for the little ones out there.
Dave?
Nothing from Ward 3.
Thank you. And we do have a student member here tonight. Do you have anything you would like to add?
I would just like to thank the council for the opportunity to be here at the meeting and to engage with you guys. It's been a really wonderful night for me. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. And then we'll move on to the mayor, Tom.
I'd just like to thank Kyle and Troy for their hard work on the stormwater project at Northland. It really has a huge impact on the neighborhood, and it eliminated that huge impact, so great job on getting the easement and finding another solution to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris?
I have nothing.
Thank you, and I have nothing else, so have a good week, 2 weeks, and with that, we'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion by Kevin Rainey to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Nate Dotson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Gotta go.